Hello and welcome to day 6 of my 30-day glow up. This is part 1 of the belly fat edition. It's an issue that almost all of my clients and definitely myself like to talk about, and it's an area of the body that we want to attack. I have a lot to say, hopefully some good advice on that, so I'm going to split it into 2 parts. But before I get into that, can we just take a moment to appreciate how fantastic my hair looks this morning? It was kind of by accident. It was just a bit wet when I put it up in a bun, and when I've taken it down, it's just, oh, what a good day. Today is going to be a good day. Anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about belly fat. If you have got some, it's perfectly normal. It's designed to protect our ovaries and other important things. It can be genetic. Different people store fat in different areas of their body, but a lot of people, myself included, it's the first place I put on weight and it's the last place I lose it. Now, the bad news is there are no magic exercises or diet that will target belly fat specifically. That being said, there are some things you can do to help yourself. So let's get into it. So I think in general, if you've got excess belly fat, it's normally due to one of 2 reasons. One, being overweight, and we'll come to that in tip number 2, but some people have it even if they're not overweight, and I think quite often that's caused by poor posture. So if you have what they call an anterior pelvic tilt, or some people call it duck bum, where you kind of arch your back and stick your bum out, that over time can cause your stomach muscles to become stretched, which can lead them to not be as supportive to your stomach. So the way to fix that is to work on your posture, which is a whole other series of videos, but stay tuned till the end of this little clip, because I'll be giving you some exercises to help strengthen your core. So if you are overweight, excess fat is going to be stored partially on that lower belly area. So if you want to get rid of it, you're going to have to lose some weight. Sorry, I wish I'd got a better answer for you. I wish I'd got a better answer for myself. I was hoping there would just be some magic supplement I could take that would dissolve the fat, but there ain't. So you know the drill. You need to be consuming less calories than you're burning off. So you need to create a calorie deficit, which is dull and boring and hard. But one of the ways to kind of help to make your meals keep you fuller for longer is to make sure that they're high protein and high fibre. If you want to go and search for one of my videos, and I'll put the link in when I show you the recipe later, I made a really nice vegetable chilli. That's got loads of fibre, loads of protein, and it'll just kind of keep me feeling full. And actually, I had some last night with some vegan ribs. Thought I'd try something new, and I had absolutely no urge to have something sweet after, which is unusual for me. So hopefully I've got that for the next 3 nights, because I batch cooked it all. So long may that continue. Now, tip number 3, I say this with a heavy heart because it involves alcohol, or rather, it should involve lack of alcohol. So, everyone knows I love a drink, I love my wine, but when I stop drinking temporarily, my belly definitely does shrink. So I'm back on the wagon as of yesterday, not forever, just for a couple of weeks to try and make a little bit of a difference there. Reason being, because alcohol is kind of a toxin, when it hits your body, your liver just freaks out and it says, right, we're just going to process this first, we're going to get rid of it, we're going to use it as a primary source of fuel. Anything else you've got in your body, I haven't got time to deal with that, we're just going to store it as fat. So it can kind of really halt all your fat burning processes, even if you've been eating well throughout the rest of the day. Also, we all know that when we're drunk, alcohol affects our judgment calls, and that includes food. So it kind of turns off the off switch, which means you just normally eat more, and also it does lower blood sugar, so it makes you genuinely feel more hungry, so you will eat more. So overall, I'm really sorry to be the bearer of bad news. If you want to ditch that belly fat, give up alcohol just temporarily, and if you don't already drink, well done you. So number 4 is stress. When we are stressed, we produce a hormone called cortisol, and that can directly cause us to store fat on our bellies. So the simple tip is just don't be stressed. I wish it was that easy. We all know, like when I worked for the bank, I used to be permanently stressed. I would do my best to try and de-stress. So I'm just going to say to you, be kind to yourself, do what you need to, try and get enough sleep. If a bubble bath works for you, if sitting reading a book works for you, sitting in the garden sunbathing works for you, if meditating works for you, just really try your best. Like I say, I know that is kind of empty words if you are in a high stress lifestyle, but do your best. So number 5 is to do with ab exercises. So like I said at the start, you cannot spot reduce fat. So targeting your abs will not make them pop out and give you an instant six pack if you've still got a layer of fat covering them. That being said, there is definitely no harm in strengthening your abs, and I found even when I'm not super skinny, which let's be honest I've never been, but when I was lighter, I could get my obliques, which are those beautiful lines that kind of run down the side of your stomach, to pop out a little bit, especially if I was first thing in the morning and kind of flexing hard in the right light, but that was good enough for me. So oblique exercises are anything which involves kind of bending to the side or twisting, so bicycle crunches, Russian twists, all those kind of things. So I am going to make a workout video just specifically to target those. So like I say, they're not really going to target the very bottom of your belly fat, but they do start to give you those kind of lines of definition, which is enough to trick the naked eye into thinking that you've got some abs, visible abs, which is brilliant. So I just wanted to end this little section with one of these kind of cheesy pleas, just to say, even if you have got a bit of a fat stomach or a lot of a fat stomach, you are so much more than a few fat rolls. Your body, whatever size or shape it is bloody amazing. It carries you round, acts as your kind of home and your shell, and it does, oh, just the stuff it does is incredible. And how it looks, yes, we all want to look good and we can kind of work towards that, but hating yourself along that way will not make the journey any easier. Speaking from personal experience, I've had a fat stomach, I've had a thin stomach. It didn't really make much difference to the overall happiness of my life. I thought it would, and part of me still thinks it will now, but I know it won't. Things will not magically fall into place when I have stopped jiggling. So I normally roll my eyes when people talk about stuff like this, but just remember, it's just a stomach. You're not a serial killer. You might just have a little bit of a fat belly. Just eat a big salad, do some exercise, and it'll start to shrink eventually. Oh, and yeah, give up alcohol. My belly, it jiggle, jiggle. It folds. You want to see me wiggle, wiggle. For sure.